Delegates who identify themselves as present and voting are not permitted to abstain on any substantive vote while in the session of the committee. These delegates must vote strictly in favor or in opposition to any motion before the committee. Those delegates who identify themselves as present may abstain from voting.
Belgium?
Present and voting.
China?
Present and voting.
France?
Present and voting.
Croatia?
Present.
Japan?
Present and voting.
Russia?
Present and voting.
Uganda?
Present and voting.
The United Kingdom?
Present and voting.
United States of America?
Present and voting.
And Vietnam? Not here. As a reminder to the committee, seeing as there are only 9 delegates here, the simple majority will be at 5 delegates, whereas the 2/3 majority will be set at 6.
Apologies for being late. There was a massive holdup at Tim Hortons.
Late delegate, please send a note to the dais stating your presence and your voting position. You will not be acknowledged in the substantive voting procedure if the dais has not recorded your attendance. Thank you, delegate from Vietnam. As there are now 10 delegates present, so majority will be set at 6 delegates, and 2/3 majority will be set at 7. Are there any points of motion on the floor at this time? Seeing none, the first order of business for the committee is to set the main speakers list. Is there a motion to set the speaking time? Yes, delegate from the United States.
The United States motions to set speaking time of 90 seconds.
Thank you, delegate. The speaking time is set to 90 seconds. Those wishing to be placed on the speakers list, please raise your placards now.
Delegates are reminded that if the main speakers list is exhausted, the conference will adjourn. If delegates want to add themselves to the speakers list, please send a note up to the dais.
Are there any points or motions on the floor at this time? Yes, delegate from the United Kingdom.
UK motions to move to debate topic A, the situation in Chechnya.
That motion is in order. Are there 2 speakers for and against? Those wishing to speak for, please raise your placards now. United Kingdom and France. United Kingdom, because you were the first to propose the motion, you may be the first speaker. All those wishing to speak against, please raise your placards. China and Russia. The chair now recognizes the delegate from the United Kingdom for 90 seconds.
The UK feels that the situation in Chechnya merits the attention of the Security Council because it is an issue of international importance and unrest. It threatens the surrounding nations. The UK yields its time to the chair.
Thank you, delegate from the United Kingdom. Delegate from Russia, you now have the floor.
We remind the Council that we have veto power and we will use it if necessary. Russia yields its time to the chair.
Thank you, delegate from Russia. Delegate from France, you have the floor.
France feels that the situation in Chechnya must be addressed. The ongoing conflict in the region has become a threat to the surrounding regions. The Security Council must act in order to ensure the future peace and security of the region. We recognize Russia's sovereignty, but believe that they must put its ego behind them. We must address the issue in order to assist Russia with their goals and stabilize the region. France yields its time to the chair.
Delegate from China, you may now have the floor.
The delegate from China wishes to reaffirm Russia's position that the topic should not and cannot be addressed. The situation in Chechnya does not merit the attention of this council, and a resolution to the issue must be left to the Russian Federation with no interference from this committee.
Is there a motion on the floor to close debate? Belgium, the delegate, you have the floor.
Belgium moves for the closure of debate.
That motion is in order. All those in favor of closing debate, please raise your placards now. That motion is clearly passes. Are there any other points of motion on the floor at this time? Yes, delegate from the United States. On what point or motion do you rise?
Point of personal privilege. It's fairly warm in this room. Is it possible to turn off the air conditioning?
Certainly.
Points of personal privilege. Should delegate feel any discomfort which hinders their participation in committee, a delegate may rise to a point of personal privilege. Points of order. If a delegate feels that the dais has erred in the parliamentary proceedings, he or she may rise in the point of order. The dais will then rule on the point. in regards with the rules and procedures. Points of parliamentary inquiry. To ask for clarification regarding rules and procedure.
Are there any other points or motions on the floor at this time? Seeing none, the chair will now open the speakers list to discuss topic A. The dais will set the speaking time to 2 minutes if there is no motion to set the speaking time. Seeing none, all those who wish to be placed on the speakers list, please raise your placards now and keep them up until your country has been recognized. Croatia, Belgium, Japan, Russia. Are there any other points or motions on the floor at this time? Seeing none, delegate from Croatia, you're now recognized for 2 minutes.
The delegate from Croatia is pleased that this council has chosen to address topic A, the situation in Chechnya. We feel that this issue is one of international importance as terrorist activities in the region constitute an international threat. In addition, we feel that the ethnic conflict in the region must be addressed quickly and effectively for fear that the situation could escalate into a larger threat. As our own nation has experienced devastating ethnic conflict, we recognize the situation's immediacy. I yield the remainder of my time to the dais.
The dais would smile upon the motion for a 5-minute unmoderated caucus to discuss the draft resolution that has been passed around. Are there any other points or motions on the floor at this time? Yes, Belgium.
The delegate from Belgium would like to motion for an unmoderated caucus during which the draft resolution will be read.
Are there any other points or motions on the floor at this time? Yes, delegate from China, on what point or motion do you rise?
China would like to motion for a 10-minute moderated caucus with 30-second speaking time for discussing draft 1.0.
Delegate from China, you're recognized for 30 seconds.
The delegate from China remains in strong opposition to draft resolution 1.0. We are shocked at the blatant infringement of Russia's sovereignty and will not stand to see this lunacy continue. China reminds the Council that the situation in Chechnya is one meriting only of Russia's concern, and we stand firmly by Russia in opposing this draft resolution.
Seeing as this moderated caucus has expired, are there any other points or motions on the floor at this time? Yes, delegate from Belgium.
Motion to move into voting procedure on the resolution.
That motion has been acknowledged. All in favor, please raise your placards now. There's a clear majority to move into voting procedure. The Council now move into voting procedure. The doors will be locked and no one may enter or exit during the voting procedure. Are there any other points of motion at this time? Yes, Japan.
Japan moves for a roll call vote.
Yes, the Council will acknowledge Japan's desire for a roll call vote. The dais reminds the delegate countries that is stated present in voting cannot abstain in voting procedures, and any nation on roll call may vote with rights. We will now proceed to roll call vote. So, Belgium, yes. China,
No with rights.
France,
Yes with rights.
Croatia,
Abstain.
Japan,
Yes.
Russia,
No.
Uganda,
Yes.
United Kingdom,
Yes.
United States of America,
Yes.
Vietnam.
No.
This resolution fails due to negative votes from China and Russia, who have veto power. The delegate from China, as you voted no with rights, you are now recognized for 30 seconds.
The delegate from China wishes to explain to the Council that we could not vote for this resolution. We stand firmly by the importance of upholding the sovereignty of nations and felt that this resolution contradicted our aims.
Thank you, delegate from China. Are there any other points or motions on the floor at this time? Yes, delegate from the United States.
The United States would like to motion for recess.
That motion is in order. All those in favor, please raise your placards now. This motion clearly passes. This session is now in recess.